All right, thank you for joining. So I made a video before on PNUT USDT on the Bybit chart, and apparently it had no sound. So here I am, just posting an update on PNUT, just so we can see pretty much how it all played out, right? So in the previous video, price was pretty much right around here. I was saying that I am interested in taking a long if the lows of the range do get swept. And as we can see here, we have a range low right here, which my alarm did go off. I'm actually going to go ahead and remove that right now. So liquidity sweep of the lows, price came up, back tested that range low one more time before then reclaiming the VWAP, which was pulled from the initial impulse right here, right? So this is right before price got extremely impulsive, borderline parabolic. So that's just the volume weighted average price of that pull right there. So price reclaimed that, also reclaimed the daily VWAP, and also has now reclaimed the weekend VWAP, right? So this is the VWAP since Friday, right? Friday night. So now what we can see here is there's a few targets to keep in mind. So originally I had right here as a target, which you can see we did hit. The second target will be right up here at around $2.20. And the last target will be the range highs. So since I did enter here, I already took a little bit of profits. I believe I actually took some profits around here, just some off the table. And for now, I'm actually just going to keep the rest of this long for the range highs. When we reach the range highs, I'm still not going to take everything off the table. I'll probably just take out another 30% of the position, just leaving about another 30% in to see if we just make new highs. And if we do make new highs, then that would be good for the trade, right? So with this bull market going on, there's no reason for me to get out of this trade yet. So what I'm going to do is just keep this trade going and look for my next area of interest when it comes to shorts. Now, when it comes to shorts, I don't really like shorting these meme coins, but sometimes when you do short them, it does pay out quite well, right? So, excuse me. So let's just say we were to use this pivot high right here as a swing failure pattern, right? So price, let's just go to 5 minute. So price came up with a massive impulse to the highs, right? Sweeping the liquidity of this high. Now you could have taken the short if you just wanted to do a typical swing failure short, right? Maybe you enter right here, stop above the high, 2.8% stop, and then you would then aim for the lows of the range. And if you were patient, it did eventually get hit, right? So if we just move this over, you'll see, boom, right there. So it would have gotten hit right there. This would have been a trade that lasted about, let's see, about 24 hours, right? Give or take. So it does pay out because that was a 28% drop to the range lows, right? And now it's kind of like vice versa. So that's what I'm looking at when I went long. I think I went long. Well, I originally went long down here, took profits, exited the trade because I saw Bitcoin was getting very bearish. And then when I saw we reclaimed this level again and we reclaimed the VWAP, I actually entered the long somewhere around here. I placed the stop below. Actually, I think I had a wider stop. Yeah, I placed the stop below this low. So I remember it was 4 or 5. Anyway, yeah, right there. And yeah, now we are looking quite well. And we are aiming for the highs. So however long that takes, we're not exactly sure. But at this very moment, you can see we are in the profits. I love how the colors change based on the price action. I think that's pretty nice just to see. And then look at this. We also have a trend going to as well. Probably just pull it from here. Right, there you go. I like the blue. So yeah, this trend line is definitely just something to keep an eye on as price grinds up here. And if this trend line holds up, it may lead to another impulse, just like what we had right here, right? Grinded, impulse. Doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. Grind, impulse higher. So let's see if that's what happens here. Grind, impulse to the highs. That would be beautiful. My alert is set. And I'm just gonna also just set an alert here too as well, just curious to see how price action plays out once we reach that level. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this since we already swept this low. We swept this low too as well, but I still want my alert on there just because I like to be notified if there's a possible that's okay, another long entry to take. So yeah, PNUT is just very bullish. There's nothing much else really to say. Right now it's looking good. If you would like to enter a long, it's always best to wait for a retracement, right? Because we are at local range highs. So if price does reject from here, maybe you want to pull some fibs and see where things line up. You know, maybe this starts to curve up, lines up with the 50. Maybe you throw some EMAs on there just to see where things line up. There you go. EMAs are also starting to turn a lot more bullish too as well. So things are lining up. I could see a little retracement back to this zone here. Let me take this off for now. Let's see something. Yeah, just the 50% mark. Golden pocket's always best because it's right above. As you can see, there's a little supply and demand zone right there, right? So if price was to come back down, that's where I would be expecting an entry, right? Right around there. So let's just see how this all plays out. Like I said, as of right now, I am in a long, so I'm just patient just to see how this all plays out. But yeah, you never know. Maybe we get a reaction, little swing failure of the highs. Price comes down, taps this support, golden pocket. That would be nice before moving a little bit higher, right? Get like a little Elliott wave action going on right here. All right, maybe we get something like that. Who knows? All right. Maybe we get something like that. Let's see. Yeah, anyway, thank you for joining. Like and subscribe. I post a lot on X. Let's see how this poll went, actually. I did a poll recently, and it looks like Manta won. Very interesting. So which crypto would you like me to chart? Starknet, Manta, or Arbitrum? And it looks like Manta did win. So what I'm going to do now, and as you can see, let me go back just to show you guys PNUT here. All right, so this is where I posted. And what do we get? All right, so a little bit of a sell-off. Its price did not sweep those lows. And impulse about, let's see here, went up around 20% from where I had this charted. Right, so that's why I pays attention to follow my X account. I do a lot of updates on there, mostly posting from my phone, but as you can see, it's very clear, nice charts from my phone, which is really nice. TradingView does a amazing job. This guy, if he entered long, is now up 20%. Amazing. ETH looked pretty interesting here, but I think Bitcoin had a sell-off, so I don't think ETH actually held that level too well. It's still holding. Interesting. I'm not in a long, but I was thinking about longing here with my stops right below these lows. And as you can see, I would slightly be in the profits if I did. I actually might end up taking this long since we are holding up on this VWAP. Trend line has been broken. And obviously the next target would be this high, right? That would be the first target, would be that high, which is from current price 4%, which is pretty nice. So if you had $100, I asked ChatGPT, if you had $100 and you were to and you were to make 3% every single day trading, only Monday through Friday, how long would it take you to get from $100 to $1 million? It would take exactly 63 weeks. 3% Monday through Friday compounded would take 63 weeks to reach $1 million. Easier said than done, obviously, but it's just something interesting to keep in mind, right? Yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. If you were in that PNUT long, which I pointed out on my channel, you'd be up 20%. And just like that, you would have knocked out one whole week worth of trading to get to that million. So, yeah, just something to keep in mind. And what's good about stuff like that is because, you know, you have a lot of people that might take their profits soon, or they might be angry that they only took 1% here, 2%, 3%. But if you hit a 3% goal for the day, or you set a 3% goal, knowing that, hey, you know, in 63 weeks, I want to be a millionaire, it helps you to be pretty content with a 3% gain in your account. Because then you'll know that, hey, at the very minimum, if I keep this up for a whole year, you know, my account should be looking pretty nice in about a year and 2 months, right? Yeah, 2.5 months. Anyway, thank you for joining, like, and subscribe. PNUT looking very bullish. I'm keeping an eye on a few other things, and I'll try to make another video on something that somebody wants me to do a video on. Yeah, take care.